fair to be skeptical and say maybe that led to the 0 for 6 this year?
Yeah, fair point. He was very unlucky at Sant. He should have won. With a clean run, he would have won. And I know that's the game. That's the game. And he ran really well at Ascot. And I still think, I'd rule out his last run. If you put a scratch through the last run, which doesn't really count, and you bring him here off the back of his runs at Ascot and in the Irish Champion Stakes, you say, this horse should be shorter in the market, should be a shorter price than he is.
Hey, what he's saying, I'll translate.
No, I've heard it.
No, I'll translate it.
I've heard it. Go ahead.
So we're throwing out the R.
All right.
But what he's saying,
you're mansplaining for Rishi?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
because you're not getting it. Here's what I'm saying. What Rishi's saying is the 4th, 2nd, and 3rd place finishers would win this race.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
But they're not here. And what I'm saying to you is the campaign took so much out of him last year. He's getting washed out here in the paddock. It's time for the end of his career. And regardless of whether or not he can think this race, I hope that people appreciate what they're seeing, that Mishriff came here for this final start of his career. It is a privilege here in America that we get to see a European champion like Mishriff call his career here in the Breeders' Cup. Whether he wins or not, to me, is immaterial. Handicapping-wise, do I think he could beat? Yeah. But the fact that we get to see him one more time, and it's here in the States, this is what the Breeders' Cup is all about.
And he's not 5-2. He's 7-1 right now, which the price is healthy.
Let's go up to track it out, sir. Kurt Becker. It is the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf, the final start for the amazing Mishriff, breaking from post position number 11. Don't cheer too wildly. First time by the finish line. They're coming back round again. 3 turns to victory in the 2022 Longines Breeders' Cup Turf.
They are at the post. And they're off in the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf. There goes Bye Bye Melvin out for the lead. Masterpiece is there in the opening strides. Channel Maker up close as well. Moves up into 3rd. Now takes 2nd as they head onto that far turn for the first time. Stone Age is away down toward the inside in 4th. Nation's Pride is 5th. Warlike Goddess is 6th. Gold Phoenix 7th. Highland Chief out in the center of the course moves up from 8th. Rebels Romance toward the inside is in 9th. Red Knight is a wide 10th as they move around the turn. Broom is back toward the rail in 11th position. Mishriff is in 12th, and Nautilus is last of the 13. Back up front, Bye Bye Melvin shows the way early. And here's Channel Maker moving up to the outside just a length off the lead. A gap of 2 more back to Stone Age in 3rd. That opening quarter went in 24.91 seconds. Bye Bye Melvin the leader. Channel Maker, Stone Age, and then Masterpiece against the rail now in 4th ahead. Highland Chief between horses in 5th. Red Knight 6th. Nation's Pride a lane off the rail in 7th as they head to the 2nd of 3 turns. The opening half mile went in 49.42 seconds. Gold Phoenix is in the 8th position. Warlike Goddess back toward the rail. She travels in 9th. She's 7 lengths off the lead and is followed by Rebels Romance in 10th. Mishriff is wide around the turn in the 11th position, and then Broom and Nautilus at the back. Bye Bye Melvin the leader. Onto the backstretch once again. Bye Bye Melvin on top, shows the way by a length. Channel Maker 2nd, a length. Highland Chief under a snug hold between horses in 3rd. Now moves up within a length and a half of the lead. Channel Maker starts to draw alongside of Bye Bye Melvin. That's the lead battle, midpoint of the backstretch. Red Knight is out in the center of the course in 3rd by just ahead. Highland Chief is there between horses, moves back up 1 spot from 4th. Then Stone Age is 5th toward the inside. Pride is in 6th, in between horses, running nearly 5 from the front. Masterpiece, Gold Phoenix, Rebels Romance 7 from the lead. They're on to the final turn now. Channel Maker from the outside challenging Bye Bye Melvin. These two going at it. Bye Bye Melvin leads it by just ahead. Length and a half to Stone Age, who's in 3rd. Now starts to look for more running room. Red Knight is in 4th. Masterpiece in 5th. Rebels Romance has to go to the center of the course with Mishriff and Gold Phoenix as they swing off the far turn. Rebels Romance and Mishriff and Stone Age all coming forward. Warlike Goddess going to dive to the inside. Rebels Romance has the lead. Warlike Goddess to the inside in 2nd. Rebels Romance on top by 2. Rebels Romance, James Doyle win the Breeders' Cup Turf. Stone Age 2nd. Warlike Goddess across the line in 3rd. 2 minutes, 26.35 seconds. That's a course record.
What a dramatic finish here, but when it looked like they were lining up at the top of the stretch, all of a sudden Rebels Romance broke away from this field and won clear.
That's a mightily impressive performance from a horse who at one time, Todd, was being geared up for a crack at the Belmont Stakes on dirt, being geared up for a crack at the Dubai World Cup on dirt. Charlie Appleby's had to switch tack, take him back to Europe, run him on turf, and the horse has got better and better and better with every start, and a landmark success for James Doyle, who won his first classic in Europe early this year on Caribus in the 2000 Guineas in these colours. And what a way to finish off a great season for him. He's only just recently back from injury as well.
I was watching Warlike Goddess's trip so much I lost track here of Rebels Romance, but they're in a similar spot at a key point in the race.
Yeah, they were. Warlike Goddess down on the inside. She's dressed up, nowhere to go. She was bottled up. And James Doyle took the initiative. He had no option. He couldn't go up the inside, so he had to go wide. He floated Mishrif even wider. They were 6 or 7 wider on the turn. They were on level terms at the top of the stretch. And look at Rebels Romance pull away from Mishrif there to the inside, just laboring on that left lead. But a very impressive run from Rebels Romance. And a good effort from the 3 Stone Age for Aidan O'Brien, checking second, Warlike Goddess third.
The thing about the winner, what he's shown today is what even his trainer doubted, whether he'd be quite quick enough. And in fact, that's why William Buick chose to ride Nation's Pride rather than Rebels Romance, because they all believe that Nation's Pride had more speed to go round those bends and find that instant acceleration, and that Rebels Romance is more of a galloper, because those German Group 1s, the big open flat tracks, and he appreciates those, and the turning track was going to be against him. But here he is. He's the one who had the best turn of foot.
And great credit to Mishrif. He does check in 4th here in the final start of his career in a race where they set the course record at Keeneland, going the 1.5 miles in 2:26.1. But this result right here kind of is a microcosm of all the turf races
The
and
top
how they played out.
Yeah, the top 5 places, 4 filled by European runners.
And that's pretty much how the turf races played out over the 2 days. America just getting one, and that was a huge upset, Caravel in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint.
Yeah, exactly. Sprinting not really the Europeans' game, right, on the turf. So, yeah, they've just dominated on the grass.
Rebels Romance for Charlie Appleby by Dubawi, taking here the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf. 5-3, 2-11, 7 posted on the board. 5-1, over 12-1, over 3-1, over 4-1, over 5-2. So no big surprises in this race. If anything, it was a surprise that Rebels Romance was an overlay from that 3-1 morning line. With Rebels Romance being a gelding, would we just naturally assume there's another campaign ahead next year?
Yeah, similar to when Ubir won last year, Charlie Appleby was quite happy to target all the big races in America that he was suitable for. I imagine Rebels Romance will be similar. I suspect he'll start off in the Shima Classic in Dubai in March, and then he would look to slowly build him up towards a repeat success in this race in 12 months' time at Santa Anita.
And what can you tell us about our rider of Rebels Romance?
James Doyle had a fabulous start to the season. He won on Caribus, the 2000 Guineas. Caribus wasn't the choice of William Buick, who rode Native Trail. Of course, they finished 1st and 2nd, but Caribus beat Native Trail. It was his first classic win, and you know what they say about buses in the UK, you wait ages for them, and none comes along, and then when one comes, the second one comes right after. Well, he won his 2nd classic the very next day, having won the 2000 Guineas on Caribus on the Saturday. On the Sunday, he won the 1000 Guineas on Believing. And so he had a fabulous start to the season. He picked up an injury about 6 weeks ago. He's been on the sidelines. It's been rather frustrating for him, but he's only just been back in the saddle just recently. And of course, being attached to the Charlie Appleby team means that you get plenty of chances. Right. And he got his chance here in Rebels Romance, and he's taken it. Even if you're the 2nd position rider, the backup rider, you're going to get great. The white cap has been pretty kind to him this year. Yes, the white cap has been a good cap for him. He, of course, used to ride back in the day. James Doyle was. Jumpmont, right? He rode as their first call. He was their first call for a long time, did really well. Of course, he then left and went to the Godolphin team. He rode for Said bin Suror, and they fell out. Things went a bit awry, and then he attached himself to Charlie Appleby's team. Of course, Charlie's got so many horses, so many